What's up, guys? It's episode 14, and the worst thing I've ever seen on the internet was a man that got caught in the wire reeling machine, and it took him in there and spun him around and around for about, I don't know, until they got the machine off, and he was pretty much just bones after that. You guys, what's the worst thing you've seen on the internet?
Oh, God, welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Anything bad I've ever seen on the internet was sent to me by you or force shown to me in front of my face by either you or Adam.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Of course.
I think one of you showed me a video of a forklift flipping over on some poor guy. And everyone just couldn't get it off of him. It was like some factory in Russia or something. It was awful.
I saw a truck back into a guy one time against the wall, pin him. You know when they back up to the docking part for like grocery stores? Oh yeah, just pinned him right in there. And they just, people are up there like pulling his arm like they're gonna get him out. Nope. Brent, worst thing you've ever seen on the internet that you wish you just could unsee.
Al Qaeda poisoning a dog in a gas chamber.
Oh.
Yep.
Why did you bring up the animals? That was like a different folder I forgot about.
Dude, it's by far the worst thing I've ever seen. The dog just slowly goes to sleep.
Oh, dude, that's better. That's better than what I've seen because.
Oh no! It's pacing and trying to escape, and then just gives up.
Yeah,
and,
I saw a bunch of kids in the woods like dump something flammable on the dog's back and then light it, and the dog like ran as fast as it could. This is a dark beginning.
The rest of the world, they treat animals completely different than us, you know.
Well, yeah,
we like dogs and cats in Wuhan, so we know that.
Coronavirus. Thanks.
Well,
but even like the Amish treat their horses like crap.
Yep.
Oh, dude, it is nothing for an Amish horse to just drop dead after like a trip to the market. Because they're running. No, seriously, they're running, and then they just.
Oh, what a day!
No. They run them, and then they park them like a car, and their hearts explode from just stopping.
Dude, when you're on Trinity Church Road and they're just trying to get up that long hill, and you know, and it's like 103 degrees outside. Oh my gosh, terrible. They make it.
I've realized that lately. I've been holding Felix, and I'm like, and I go to touch one of the cats, and I'm like, dude. This whole time, like, that's been my babies, like the cats. And I'm like, those are not babies. Those are definitely animals. I've been had, dude. They
can actually do stuff by themselves a little bit. Babies cannot do anything ever.
I'm just saying, like, they stink. Well, they don't stink, but, like, they're like, it's just not a baby. You know what I'm saying? But then again, maybe I just touched one after it came out of the litter box. I don't know what happened.
They do lose a little bit of importance, you know, like
For
you're like,
sure. Yeah.
I do need the cat, but that's okay if I don't have the cat.
I'm actually trying to get rid of two. I just can't get it past the end yet. Just can't do it.
Which two?
Well, it'd have to be JoJo and Khaleesi for me. And Amanda is not having it.
You would split up the boys, the twins?
I know, yeah.
How do you get rid of a cat? I mean, you got it. You got to keep it forever. That's what ownership, pet ownership is.
I know.
You got a pet. You got a responsibility.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I will. But I just want to make a lot of money and then build them their own little separate house on the side of the house. Just
with no cat trees made of carpet. That's white trash.
I do have a little.
I had one of those.
Man, if you got one of them in your house, fuck off.
Cats love them.
Yeah.
Do.
You know who else doesn't love them? Your family that comes over and sees that trashy shit in your house.
They do not care.
Yeah, I got one from a guy at work, and I had it in my house for like a year, and then finally I said, this thing's whack. It's got to go. But it was awesome. The cat loved it.
So anyways, this is episode 14, and I'm Mike. Let's introduce ourselves to those that are just joining us on episode 14 for some reason. Let me check this shit out. Oh my God, a wire reel?
Yeah, I'm Jake.
Delete. I'm Brent, and if you haven't joined us by now, fuck off.
Yeah, no.
Go back and start one and prop our numbers up a little bit.
Start at episode 5. So this is episode 14, and for some reason, because I was real late doing notes, I looked up some things on 14, and apparently it's a super unlucky number in China. They even omit it from some of the Chinese buildings. They just leave the floor out. And 4 and 13.
we do that here with 13.
13, I know, which is super
That's so
weird.
stupid.
It's the dumbest. Are those floors like just blank? Are they there, but they're just nothing's there?
They're there. They're there. I just renumber it. It's literally a number in the elevator. I promise.
No, there's something.
They would not build a whole floor for no reason and just leave it empty.
Could you fucking imagine?
I mean, that would be ridiculous.
That's the hangout spot for all the workers.
Yeah.
Are you going to 13? Yeah, let's go to 13.
You can't get there. There's no way in, no way out.
Also, in Egyptian mythology, Osiris was murdered by his brother. What do you think his brother's name was? I'll give you
Leo.
I'll give you $14 if you can guess the brother's name.
He said his name was Osiris.
Yes.
Miley.
Oh man, I don't know. Cleopatra.
Odysseus.
His brother.
Mark Antony.
No, it's mythology. It's Osiris. All right. His brother's name was Seth.
Yeah, Seth seems like such a new American name, but it was like, one of the first names in the Bible.
That's what I'm saying.
Adam,
Seth.
First name in the Bible.
So what did they just did they just have a kid and we're like, we gotta name this thing, and they're just like Seth. Seth.
I believe they could speak perfect whatever language they were speaking back then. And
it's so weird to think about, like, who was coming up with the words, man. Who was starting?
God gave it all to Adam. He named all the animals right away.
Well, okay, so to people that don't believe in that, like, how did they just keep coming up with words? Like, what were they putting? I mean, he didn't just know all the words. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
He was created as an adult.
So God was just up there talking English?
English.
Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Hebrew. I don't know what they were speaking back then. And then Hammurabi came out with an alphabet and they started writing it down. I think they could speak it before they could write it.
Oh, for sure.
I think Adam was the smartest person that ever lived. He lived several hundred years. He had a time to. Back then, if you believe the Bible, yes. People lived a long time. Look at Brent; he doesn't believe it. But he believes that nothing blew up and came into nothing, and then all of a sudden, coronavirus appeared and it's wiping out the planet.
He said, "Huh?"
Yeah, I went from the Big Bang to today in like a sentence.
In a sentence, just like the Big Bang happened.
But anyways, if you think about it, they had to be super smart. So I mean, you could imagine how much you could learn in 900 years of living and passing down that information. It wouldn't take you long to be really intelligent.
That's because of the canopy, right?
I don't know.
Which I guess would have blocked.
Yeah, the canopy that was unearthed, like became the flood.
Yeah, when it broke. Like, I guess, why would that be? Was it blocking more UV rays, which decay our bodies more than, or quicker than? Do you think that's why? They lived longer? Why did they live longer?
Well,
scientific.
This is all new. This is all new information to me. Who the hell lived for hundreds of years?
Methuselah's the oldest.
Everybody. Yeah. So the sin crept in, right? And then after that, disease comes about and bad things. Like you said, maybe the canopy was blocking out the UV rays. Who knows? But people started having shorter and shorter lives.
What's the canopy?
More normal.
It was around the earth.
The waters of the deep.
What kind of M. Night Shyamalan movie are y'all talking about?
It's called the Bible. It sold more copies of anything ever in the whole history of the universe. Yeah, ring any bells? It's there.
So anyways,
that's a good question. Are Jesus's descendants still getting residual payments off the Bible sales?
People do claim he didn't write it, but people do claim that that they are related to him.
That's really weird, right?
Like the last Scion.
He had brothers and sisters. He had a mother and father. So
actually,
imagine that popping up on your 23andMe, like, oh, fucking Jesus is my second cousin.
That's ridiculous. That's funny.
Actually, Jake, I don't know if that's true because I remember reading about this.
About what?
Did Jesus have brothers and sisters? And I know there's a verse. I know there's a verse that said like something like that made you would.
Well, some people claim that it was written like, oh, his brother and sisters, like his friends and family, or his friends. Like I would say, yeah, Mike and Brent, they're my brothers, But
exactly.
No, he really did.
I thought it was recorded that Mary and Joseph had another son.
They had all kinds of kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
That they were like half, but they would be like half bros then, right? Half sisters.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Joseph was his, like, not even
my real
stepdad.
You're not my real dad.
You know my real brother.
I want to go live with dad.
But he for sure, I mean, he for sure had a cousin, right?
I want to
John
go
the
live with God.
He did.
God's like, oh, I wish you could, buddy, but I'm pretty busy.
God's
thinking about
having too
53
much
years.
fun, dude. God's having too much fun.
God never came to a little league game, nothing.
He's out there making other Earths and other Adams and Eves,
Right.
seeing which one works out the best. He's like, this one's screwed already.
God's just
2,000 years.
interjecting himself in other people's marriages in every universe.
So what was Jesus doing in his teenage years that's not in the Bible? What do you think? Was he just
Fucking-
studying? He was
No, he was
he
sinning.
hooked up. He hooked up with somebody.
No.
Mary Magdalene.
He couldn't sin. And back then, before he died, they were still under the law. That was part of the law. No fornication, stuff like that. No messing around with chicks. Nah, he was too focused on reading and teaching. He was learning. He was just like a regular person.
So you're telling
What?
me that when he was born, he just knew. Like, he didn't ever question it a little bit. He's growing up. He's in a man's body, right? So he's got a man's brain. He's got everything. And he wasn't ever, like, looking at old Mary Magdalene over there and like, or anything.
Yeah.
Little tablet,
I think he probably
tablet porn.
I think he felt that.
Little
I think
tablet.
he felt human feelings for sure.
Right.
He felt pain. We know that. He felt anxiety. We know that.
He had to question it at one point, right? That's pretty hard to believe that I'm the son of God, right? Not me, but him saying that.
He was down with the plan the whole time. He knew.
Did he
I don't know when
die
he
a
became like
virgin?
self-aware.
Did he die a virgin? Yes.
Yeah, he didn't get married.
So he never.
he didn't sin.
So Mike, your question is null. He never hooked up, apparently.
I know, but that's because it's not in the Bible. It doesn't say like, and then Jesus
because
died a virgin.
Jesus goes from what, 18 to 33?
Yeah. Suddenly even younger, I think.
More like 12 to about
Yeah.
28 or something,
Okay.
or 30.
Yeah.
I
All of
know
a sudden
most of the stuff that I know from the Bible from the movie Dogma. Great movie.
Yeah.
Not good to get your Bible information from Hollywood.
Come on, it's Kevin Smith, man.
So like, if Joseph was a carpenter, like, what was he building? Was he? They had like mud huts,
Cat scratching trees.
white trash, little cat trees. What was
Could
he
you
building?
imagine him in like a bazaar, like trying to sell those things?
They made everything with like mud back then and stuff. Like, what was he building? I don't know.
He's got to stand next to the guy selling chickpeas and lentils.
The worst joke I could ever make, I'm not going to say because it's sacrilegious, but it's made out of wood and it happens a lot later. That's the only
Okay.
Okay, I'm just kidding. He didn't make that. I'm just kidding. What if he did? What if he was in like the cross business?
Hey, it's not our fault your dad makes the best crucifixes in town.
Stop. Okay, we're moving on.
That is ridiculous.
Sorry. I mean, it's not that mean. Jesus could take
Now-
a joke. Jesus has heard it all.
Now carry it.
Oh my. Okay, I'm moving on. So Osiris's brother, he cut up his body into 14 parts, apparently, and eventually he became the god of the underworld. So the number 14 has, on this basis, become associated with death and resurrection. It's pretty cool, huh? Yep. So that's it. Do you know who the 14th president is?
I know
He's a piece of shit, but a little bit.
Andrew Jackson.
No.
Taft.
That just
Hold on.
sounds like
Taft was like 1901. What was Abraham Lincoln? 15?
He was 16.
16.
16? So we're talking like 1850
Oh, yeah.
something?
It's right there. It's right there. Want it?
Rutherford B. Hayes.
No. You want
Grover Cleveland.
it? That's a worse name. No. You want it?
Grover. Grover.
I'll give you both one more.
Okay.
McKinley.
No.
Dang it, I can't even think.
Everyone forgets this guy.
Jeff Gordon.
John Adams.
Nope.
That was number 2.
Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce?
Yeah.
What was wrong with him, Mike?
So what was wrong with him? He was pro-slavery, like big time, fighting for it.
Oh.
Which is, I mean, the rest of his life, dude, check this out. He had 3 sons. And the 2 older ones died It just said of illness. I didn't look that far into it. Anyways, and then on the way to the inauguration, he and his wife witnessed their third son, who was 11, die in a railroad accident.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
awful.
crazy? The best and worst day ever.
It's very important to not judge the sins of the past on the morals and the morality of the present.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
What he was doing back then was wrong in our eyes today, but it was probably widely accepted then. Just like the same, we're going to get judged in 100 years from people that think whatever we're doing is just so stupid and wrong.
But what are we doing?
But right now, I don't know.
Like think
You could
of,
ask him that. He would've
think
been
about
what
it.
am I doing?
No, I'm just saying like guess. Like think about it. Would it be animals probably?
Like, what do we do that is so normal to us, but it's
Yes.
so...
Yeah.
Well, I think abortion. I know nobody wants to talk about abortion, but I think abortion is going to get looked back on and be like, "What were you guys doing?" Or it'll be so far the other way that
You won't even think about it.
But to me, that's an easy one. People are going to look back and go, "I can't believe you were doing that," or it's going to be so far gone by then that we'll just be killing everybody. Forget just babies.
What do you
How
think,
about
Brent?
that?
What do you think, Brent? What do we do now that is just going to be so wrong in the future that they're like won't be?
Dude, that's such a rough question. I mean, it's hard to fast forward and go like Jake said, it was completely normal. Like, I mean, you look back and yeah, with today's mindset, actually, I mean, in humanity, I mean, let's be honest, slavery is a little bit ridiculous, but
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit much.
Jesus.
But to them, they were housed and they were treated pretty badly, but they were like taken care of.
Yeah, they
to
were
an extent.
treated awful. That's pretty badly and awful. are two different
That's actually the minority. The minority were treated awful. There were some really terrible things going on, but slavery still happens today. Me and my brother were just talking about this yesterday in Singapore. Go to Singapore. First world as it gets, right? But there's a whole underclass of workers because they don't do the actual labor there. They're all from Bangladesh or India or Pakistan. And they live in these shipyards. They live in shipping containers that are just stacked on each other. And I can imagine right now they're just getting, I mean, I don't even know what's going on, but they come on contracts for like 2 years. They work every single day, all day, every day. They get paid pennies. I mean, that's a slave, really. They have no freedom whatsoever. They have no money to do anything.
Don't you think we all are kind of slaves, but like they just kind of like we get like a lot of presents and stuff though for being a slave.
Yeah,
and we can buy it with our own money. Wait, so we make the money, get taxed on the money, buy something with the money that was already taxed just to get it taxed again. Like it's ridiculous. Like we're constantly everything's taxed.
Income tax is ridiculous. That's such a farcical thing to me. I hate it.
Property tax is crazy.
That is ridiculous. You're going to tax the piece of land that I bought from somebody, private citizen. What makes you think that you have any right to this land? That's what pisses me off.
Right.
What's it called when they
Eminent domain.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah, that's another one.
They just take it like, yep, this is nice. We're going to have
Well,
this
they're
now.
supposed to offer you like market value. Like that's how the Patuxent Naval Air Station came about. That's some beautiful land down there. A lot of families got pushed right off of it for cheap. You know, there's a whole story about that.
I love having land. Dude, and talking about Franklin Pierce or whatever, I started thinking about, do you remember that story I told you about Rathbone and his wife, Clara Harris?
No.
They were actually the ones that went, Henry Rathbone and Clara Harris were the ones that actually went with Lincoln and Mary Lincoln Todd to the play.
Oh, yeah. Fort
But
Theater? Yeah.
they were like they were like the fifth one asked to go. Because Grant had just won or whatever, and his wife actually didn't like Mary Lincoln Todd at all. They actually, because of shit, she was just shit talker, I guess, back then. So they didn't go. They didn't go. Mary Lincoln Todd was crazy. And then they didn't
gossip.
Yeah,
She was wild.
yeah, they didn't go. So they asked like a couple other people. I'm not going to go into it. So eventually it gets to them and they go. So because they were kind of friends throughout the area or whatever, different parties or whatnot. So they come to the thing and basically there's a whole little thing with the bodyguard, by the way, that they go into as well. But I'll skip that. So John Wilkes Booth comes in and he shoots him, and basically Henry Rathbone like jumps up, tries to fight him, and he gets stabbed from like the shoulder straight down, like just. But he didn't kill him because I guess his gun only probably had one shot. What do you think that was?
One shot Derringer.
Yeah. So yeah, he stabs him, And then I guess that's when he jumps the balcony, probably, because didn't he break his leg or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just got beat up, torn up by this guy that just came in and just shot the president, and he leaves. So after that, they actually watched Lincoln die, obviously, the next morning or whatever. The rest of his life, dude, that Henry Rathbone guy just always heard shit, and then always, it started getting in his head a lot about he should have did this or should have did that. And, without the distractions that we have today, that probably was just maddening, just going on in his head all the time.
Imagine if he had Facebook.
Oh, my God. People would be just hating on him.
They'd have murdered him. Yeah.
So I went out with the, but did you see the Lincolns?
He was probably salty at his wife, too. Like, he did not want to go.
Yes.
He's like, for fuck's sake, dude, fine, let's go.
He wanted to go. It was very political.
For sure, dude.
There's a book called Manhunt. It's about that whole thing. Those two, they were trying to kill the Secretary of War. I think, I'm not going to guess what they were doing because I forget. Secretary of War, some other secretaries. It was a plot to kill a few people at once. Two of the people couldn't go through with it. The one guy did. They met up with John Wilkes Booth, and then they went south.
Yep.
Down here, where we live, up right around where Mike's at.
Yep.
It's a pretty cool story. And then across the Potomac, they were in a field for like 2 weeks getting the newspapers.
Yep. And that's awesome. Weird. Dude, and plus, to end the story of Henry Rathbone, he actually eventually repeated the historic cycle, and he shot his wife in the head.
Oh, my God.
He killed her.
Did he?
And then he tried to kill himself by stabbing himself. Just like almost the same exact thing.
So he was going crazy.
Yeah, no, he lost his mind. And he stayed alive, and then they put him in like the house or whatever. And that's how he lived the rest of his days. And then he was buried next to her, which is freaking crazy.
I'd be like, no, don't bury me next to him if he tried to kill me. But I guess it was too late.
It's way too late,
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so a little bit of history there. One thing that I'm getting, one thing I'm missing besides just hanging out with friends and whatnot and cookouts, blah, 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 is just going to the bar, getting some appetizers and some mixed drinks, man, and just hanging out.
A little Keno.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure.
Oh, I miss it. I do.
We played poker last night.
I know.
I know that's against the rules, but let me tell you.
How many were there? How many were there?
We had 6.
Oh, boy.
But my little brother's neighbor is Chipper. His name's Chip. He's a good dude.
Oh, Chip's awesome.
He last night put $200 in and said, "This is the pot. Everyone we paid for $10, nothing crazy.
Right.
So we all put in $10. So we had $60 pot, and he puts in 200 and says, "This is just additional. This is for the winner. Whoever wins takes it." And he's not joking. He's done it before. He's a very generous guy with his cash, and it does make the game interesting.
That's awesome.
But
who won?
Believe it or not. He won. Me and him split at the end, but he had me covered so hard that he took his money back basically, and I took the other pot. So I still made out because he had me slaughtered. But
what time did y'all start?
We started at like 8:30. Played 2 games, man. It got late quick.
Jeez.
Adam was there getting bitter. I've been in a pretty peaceful mood this week. I did yell at him a little bit last night because he's a good poker player, but my goodness. And then we started talking about the podcast, and he got bitter about that. We got to call him. We got to get him on to tell us a few stories one day.
Why do you get mad at him for playing poker? Is he a slow player or what?
Did he have
headphones? He's one of the guys that never has any idea whose turn it is, what the bet is, what's going on. You have to explain it every time. But he's a good player, and I don't know if it's a bit or not that he's doing every single time.
That's probably a bit for sure.
Yeah, but you can't pull that bit at like a casino table. They'll freaking kick your ass.
Yeah,
So the second game, I just said, no habla español, no habla inglés, every single time anyone asks me anything. I don't know anything. When it's my turn, I'm going to bet, and that's it. So no one wants to have the game narrated the whole time.
It is annoying, and you got to. We end up priding ourselves eventually when you get all the chips working right, everything's ready to go every time they're ready to deal. It's so funny, but it's 1 out of 100. So we should get it right. But anyways, what is your favorite bar around here? Because you brought up Applebees for a reason. And I'm trying to think about how to bring it up, and I have no other way than to address you and be like, what's up with Applebees, dude?
I didn't say it was... I want to know if Applebee's is considered a real bar or not, because people go there at night for karaoke and stuff like that. And I don't get it. It's not what I would do.
I think it's a restaurant.
I gave up on Applebee's a long time ago because their buffalo sauce is good, but the little nuggets they serve I don't know where they come from, but they are so poor quality that I had to stop going there.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. It's 10:30 at night. You're not going to go to Applebee's, but people do. And I don't understand
it's very weird. And you're right. I have been to Applebee's that late.
Very strange.
Full on karaoke and like full on dollar margaritas, and people are just partying at their neighborhood bar and grill Applebee's in front of Walmart.
Yeah, I was up in Dover a couple weeks ago before all this went down, and it was like 11 o'clock, and I went to the casino, of course, and then I went to Applebee's. And it was packed. It was the only place to get a snack. It was all black people, though. I will say that. It was in Dover, Delaware. They were all in there just having a good old time, man. Everyone was like...
Did you bring up the book you read, or?
Dude, I read that book. I finally finished it. Man, the guy is very motivating, like I said. Yeah. But what he writes towards the end of the book is literally like the most racist thing on earth. And if I wrote it or any white person wrote it, it wouldn't get published. He literally says 80% of white people are the devil and 20% are cool. Yeah. So if you're a white person reading this, tell black people and Mexican right away that you're not a white devil, and they'll know what you mean. It's like, what? Is that true? Yeah, I don't know.
If you go on World Star Hip Hop and read the comments, on
Charlamagne?
No, just.
Just in general?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. A certain amount, just like a certain amount of white people go on there and comment racist shit. A certain amount of them type some wild shit against about white people.
You think they're white people?
Well, right? For sure. I don't know. Exactly. You're right.
You never know what's going on out there to manipulate people. Comments
are half the fun sometimes on videos, man. Oh my god, there's some funny people out there, dude.
So
I love it.
So, Mike, what's your favorite neighbor, like local? Is it the Charles? Is that your spot? Like,
yeah, because I like going there on Saturday mornings. I think that's real chill. Get some mimosas, are real fun, and you just watch whatever's on the TV, hang out, drink a coffee. Whew, I miss that. But
I do miss Casey's.
Well, Casey's too. I just they're just piled together now. That was me and Amanda's spot back in the day, of course.
Yeah.
Couple months ago.
I like to go to St. Mary's Landing or Moose Lodge, man. Love it.
You are that Moose Lodge man.
Brent, you're Big Dogs, right?
No, love Big Dogs. Actually, the delivery car came through yesterday. No. Not a chance.
Hey, I went to Big Dogs the other day.
Did you?
Did you really?
Yeah, I was with Elias. I dropped my car off to get work on. He picked me up.
What do you mean you went there? You're allowed to go inside right now?
No, you can't, unfortunately. Well, you can go in and order, but we went through the drive-thru. We're like, hey, can we get a drink while we wait for this food? Because Elias said, let's go try out their food, and you guys can talk about it. And
oh, good.
So we went through the drive-thru, got some food while we ordered, and then they walked it out to us. Dude.
Oh, here they come. Let them sneeze. That bitch will sneeze 16 times in a row.
Yeah, whatever.
That wasn't food was I'm not going to lie. Food was pretty good.
What'd you get?
Oh, shit. Did you get the frickle fries?
Steak and cheese egg roll.
Steak and cheese egg roll, huh?
Okay, frozen out of a bag. Okay, cool.
I don't know. Maybe it was so hot, but it was actually pretty good.
Have hot spots. Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to eat.
That's good. I won't hate on something like just because I already hated on it. Like if it turns me around, I'll say something nice about it now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
About the cornhole.
The lady was nice. Everybody was nice. I want to go up in there and I seen somebody playing pool through the window, and that kind of made me mad because somebody's in there.
Yeah, well, it's probably might have been one of the workers or something.
Right.
But I can't wait to go like oh yeah, Brent, what is yours? Did you already say?
So no. Okay. In my early 20s, down this way, down towards the California Lexington Park area, in front of, I think it's like La Quinta or something. There used to be a bar called Donovan's. Donovan's was the shit.
It's a restaurant.
Now it's a Mexican restaurant, but Donovan's Pub was awesome. And now, I'm down for anything really down this way. The Green Door is always a good time. Toots, love Toots. Not so much Last Drop, sorry, country folk. But of course Tap House. I mean, I think they're a little pricey on their beers, but I love Tap. Tap's cool.
No, I'll say right now, Tap already is dirtier than Big Dogs, and Big Dogs at least is clean now. At least dude, every time I go there, like the bathroom it's not really out in the front.
Wow, they can't help that. It's an Indian restaurant. Like they don't even consider bathrooms being like a normal thing.
Well, it is kind of weird. You have to walk like through part of the kitchen to get to the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom
is. You do not want to see the back of an Indian or a Chinese restaurant, dude.
The back of one?
Yeah, anything that's not like the table you're sitting at. When you start opening those doors and you see how dirty and nasty it is back there, and that's where the bathroom is, you do not want that.
I mean, the bathroom at Tap House is perfectly fine.
The bathroom at AJ like has a weird smell to it too. AJ's a sushi place around here, hibachi grill place, whatever. That bathroom smells weird. I don't care. What else? What else weird we got around here? Oh, well, lots of what's
Tequila Grill.
Tequila Grill. How did you know that's what I was thinking of?
Because you were right next to AJ Hibachi.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
When you walk in there,
That place is all right.
when you walk in there, it smells like. I mean, I'm glad you're cleaning the place, but it smells like bleach, like so hard in here. Like right when you walk in, when they first open up, it's like they just cleaned it. Like they should have cleaned it last night before they left. They clean it in the morning.
Yeah, they're definitely doing it like 5 minutes before open.
Oh, dude,
That's appetizing, baby.
oh yeah, you're eating a chip and some salsa, a little bit of bleach, just because the smell gets in. I don't know. Anyways, I also can't wait to go to like breweries and wineries again. That's always fun.
I'm dying for a good brewery trip, or yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we should be able to do one at like Ryan was saying, do a podcast there, or maybe even at the Running Hair place that we always go to and hang out.
Running Hair's cool, and they're affiliated with Calvert, so that might work.
People would just stare at us like, what the fuck are they doing with microphones and headphones?
Running Hair is pretty tight. I could hook that up. Heather's got some connections over there. My parents used to clean for them too back in the day.
You know, it'd be sick. We just kept like telling people to come over and just tell. We'll have one question we ask everybody. Like what's your drunkest story or something like that, and then have them come over.
God.
That'd be great, dude. Get an old lady over there talking about it, because once you get on the mic, dude, you start saying some stuff.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
No names.
Go a little
no
later
names.
in the day.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. That's gonna be fun. What? There was something. Is it okay to? Could you think I can bring You think I can bring Felix there, or?
Oh yeah,
okay?
a lot of places. See, I'm of the belief, and no offense to you parents out there, but I don't want to see kids at a brewery. I don't care if they're allowed or they have like food menu or whatever. It's
then you got to go to Big Dogs, buddy.
That's very true, because there's something different about a brewery than a winery. Because like when you go to
it's a family establishment.
Yeah, when you go to a vineyard or something, it's just different.
What are you going to go there? You're going to hook up with some chick or something and grind a little bit?
No, I'm just saying.
Hops.
I don't know. I feel like it's more of an adult environment.
Oh.
Yeah, but so is my house, and I drink here too, right? So kids.
Yeah,
I get the argument.
But you're home. If you go to a brewery, there's one thing to do there: drink.
Yeah.
And so somebody's drinking and driving with their kids.
When you've been stuck in your house for like 3 months with a kid and you want to get out and do something, you bring your kid, you go sit at the brewery, and they run around.
But that's every Friday. Yeah, that's the thing. Running around. I'm a goddamn adult. I don't need your kid running around while I'm trying to enjoy beers.
Then you got to go to a real bar.
Yeah. We just got to
sit inside and play the jukebox.
Well, unlike you guys, I haven't been out of the house, so I got to get out of here. We got to hurry this thing along. One thing I noticed when I was renting a movie the other day, and like the option's not there anymore, but it used to be. Now, when you would rent a movie like on demand or something, it'd be rent SD or rent HD. Who the F would rent the standard version for $1?
I know who. My wife would do that. She would pay like $7.99 or something on accident.
No.
Like, oh, good. We're watching Home Alone in SD. Sweet.
Yeah, like it's terrible. Like, no, we're not watching SD anymore. That's 19.
Dude, I remember when Heather used to say, "I literally don't care. I don't see the difference between HD and SD," and I was my
God.
Well, yeah, because one time after like the best Game of Thrones episode ever. Jake and them came over to our house to watch one, and like we didn't have HD, but I didn't know any different. That's just what the TV was. And I remember afterwards, after an hour-long episode, Jake's like, "I'm never watching anything not HD again." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I forgot. And we're far away. It was the biggest room ever.
Jake poo-pooed you.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, but it's so fair. I mean, the feed I'm watching right now of us on the camera looks better than what it did on that TV.
Yeah, tell Heather to watch like golf or a NASCAR race from the 90s.
Yeah.
And then tell me HD doesn't make a difference.
She watches Frasier and she watches like The Nanny, and they don't need HD on those shows.
Heather?
He loves Frasier. Favorite show.
I like the dog.
What
Murphy,
does she
I
like?
think his
What
name
does
was.
she like about Frasier?
It is funny. I watch it every now and then when she's got it on. I would never start a show and like finish it, but I walk in the room, it's on, I laugh a little bit, and I walk out. It is funny.
I like Frasier.
That's how I feel about like. All right, so let's talk about sitcoms you walk in on, and they're actually pretty all right. But I don't watch. I don't. Modern Family is definitely one. If I see it, like I'll see a part, and I'm like, dude, that's actually really, really funny. Like I'll actually even say that.
Yeah, I do that too. It's same because Heather watches that one too. She used to. I haven't seen it on in a while.
It's actually really funny. I gotta say.
It is.
Friends does that. Like if I'm scrolling and like I land on Friends,
and
it's like the middle of an episode, I'm like, all right, but I'll never start a fresh one on my own on purpose.
Yeah.
I would never land on it either, but Heather does it every now and then, and I'll same thing. I'll walk in, she'll be like, "Did you just laugh at Friends?" And I'll go, a little bit. I chuckled a little bit.
Every once in a while, man. Every once in a while, it's not bad. I mean, it's usually Chandler. Maybe Ross. Ross is so ridiculous, dude. God.
I hate Ross. He annoys the shit out of me, man.
He's so ridiculous. I mean, he had Rachel.
He's human Eeyore.
Yeah, with a monkey.
Yeah.
What's the monkey's name again? You said it the other night. You said it in the other episode.
Damn it. No.
Herschel? No, I'm just kidding. No. It's God.
Just
I watch The Office. I'll start an Office episode and watch it.
Office is always solid.
So, Mike, you like Office?
Yes.
I was late to the Office game.
I mean, I still haven't seen the entire series, but I've seen a lot of them, yeah, and they're always funny to me.
Very funny.
I trickled off at the end too, but my roommate in college had the first 3 seasons, and we watched that quite a bit. I mean, it was like revolutionary back then. It was really funny.
Did you watch Parks and Rec then? Because
I know what it is, but and I've seen a couple episodes. I think it's funny, but I never did.
That show is it's close to Office. Like it's right there. There's some parts that are definitely like when I see a good funny ass joke come together on a show to where it's like you see it building and then you see it happen. You're like, oh my God, like they wrote this. Like they wrote this perfectly. Like that. I'll say it out loud. I'll say it out loud and just ruin the joke for anyone else watching.
Oh, you are good at that.
That's ridiculous.
Well, the reason that Parks and Rec and these other shows don't stack up to The Office is because they don't have Michael Scott.
For sure,
he's so funny.
Yeah, but the Parks and Rec has Chris Pratt, and it's just as good. I promise. It's so good. He's so funny in that. But yeah. Other than that,
fat Chris Pratt.
Yeah, dude, he is so funny. But Roseanne, dude, I love Roseanne.
Oh, that was a good one.
I never watched it until literally probably a year ago, maybe. And I love it.
I watched that with my parents. That and like Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Oh, Wonder Years is so good.
I've always seen Wonder Years. That's always been.
What about Married with Children?
I feel so dirty watching it. But
Google Married with Children funny fat jokes or something later on, and just watch Al Bundy cut on every fat chick on earth. It's ridiculous.
They couldn't make that show today.
No, they could not. He says the worst things.
Yeah.
He says the funniest stuff to these chicks because he's like a shoe salesman,
Yeah, he hates his wife, his daughter's a slut, his son's a piece of shit.
So
Christina Applegate's from Maryland. She's from up in Bel Air, I believe. I think so. Maybe
Who
not.
would have thought that Kelly Bundy would have had such an illustrious career?
Yeah. The kid, though, what happened to him?
Who, Seth? No, I was thinking Seth Green, but that's definitely not Seth Green.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, whatever happened to Bud Bundy? What a name, Bud.
Dude, it's funny. He just cuts on everybody. He cuts on his neighbor's small boobs all the time.
I like how Jefferson changed in like the middle of the show and went from like that one guy with dark hair to the other good-looking guy.
As I was, so Married with Children, Martin.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. God damn,
dude, Martin's freaking real funny. Fresh Prince, of course, always.
Yeah,
I never watched Martin as an adult, but Fresh Prince is always funny.
Always good.
Well, that Fresh Prince was like TGIF though, wasn't it? Like that whole blockish thing.
It was for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, TGIF was
dude. Step by step. or whatever.
Yeah, Step by Step came on after 8:30, I think. It was
Yeah.
Urkel, Step by Step, and then like
Family
America's
Matters.
Most Wanted.
Stop
I
calling
like
it
how you call
Urkel.
Family Matters Urkel.
Yeah.
You sound like an old man. Put on that show, Urkel.
Step by Step, they had like the rapist wife beater out in the van there.
Cody.
Yo, Cody.
Yeah. Did he go to jail for that?
I don't. Did he?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look it
oh, I
up.
have no
He
idea.
definitely like beats women like all the time.
What was his name? Cody Step. There you go.
You already found it.
Oh yeah, Cody. You dickhead. It says, in real life, though, the actor that played Cody, Sasha Mitchell, was arrested for beating his wife in 1995 and given 3 years probation in order to perform community service and attend counseling classes for spouse abusers. A bunch of spouse abusers in a room.
And that was like right when that show was like hot, 95.
Yeah.
It was during it.
He,
Wow.
after failing to comply, he was given 30 days in jail, but was allowed to leave during...
I want to take 30 days in jail rather than 3 years of whatever spousal.
Every character was a bit too on the nose.
Were they stepkids or something? I forget. Was it like a blended
no.
family?
It was a full family, but there was the kid Cody, obviously, who was
I know Cody.
the cousin. Wasn't he a cousin or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This person actually wrote a whole article on this. It was just.
I bet she liked it back then.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a.
I mean, nobody.
It was a recipe
complaining.
for success, and they followed it.
Yep. It was just a Full House ripoff.
Patrick
cares?
Duffy and Suzanne Summers. I mean, Suzanne Summers is a big name.
Carol Foster and Frank Lambert weren't great parents. Who's writing this, Jake?
Well, they weren't. Frank Lampert.
These two decided to get married within the first few days of meeting each other without even telling their kids. I'm no psychologist, but that can't be great for your children. While the other TGIF shows were all about parents who seemed to know exactly what to do and say at the exact right moment, these parents were flawed. Not a bad thing, but the show didn't really seem to make that clear to the audience. Instead, we were under the impression that it's the kids who need to get along. That it's their fault that they just can't get along and love each other. No, in reality, these parents were extremely selfish, and if this was a better written show, that would have been played a bigger part in the series. Crazy.
Oh boy, that's ridiculous.
That's why.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I could
annoying.
tell you it was the problem because
That's
Suzanne
why they're
Summers,
bad parents.
She was Carol Foster Lambert. Early days of hyphenated names back then. Shows you something's wrong.
What do you mean?
It's a good indication there might be something wrong.
Do you remember her doing that little thigh workout machine thing?
Oh, the Thigh Master.
Absolutely. It was her and Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah, I
Or
felt,
was that Bowflex?
felt a little wiggle when I saw that, but I was too young.
What's going on?
I was much too young.
So what else was on TGIF?
Yeah. This person like is trying way too hard to.
Yeah, that article's annoying the shit out of me. You can go ahead and stop with that.
I know. The blatant overuse of laugh tracks. The show plotline seemed a little too familiar.
Oh my god.
The lesson always seemed to be the same.
Boy Meets World.
Having a crush on your cousin is just plain creepy. Way too.
Is it though?
Normal
Is it
growing up.
though?
Yeah, that's.
Is it though?
I mean, that's gonna happen if you're young and you just meet them. Like you're just gonna be like, oh, hide it.
Step cousin.
I really just wanted to see what the hell happened with Cody, but like I got on this whole little thing. But like, yeah, so
Belvedere.
Boy Meets World was great. That was a
Mr. Belvedere was TGIF.
That's what they're saying.
No,
In 1988, it was the anchor of the original TGIF lineup.
I thought Boy Meets World was on Nickelodeon.
It was one of the most popular
no.
TV shows on ABC,
Boy Meets
wow.
World.
and then Disney.
Boy Meets World was TGIF.
Oh, well, fuck me.
Yeah. What else was TGIF? That was some good.
Full House, but I guess Full House. Yeah, Full House.
Oh, do you remember
Perfect
Dinosaurs?
Strangers.
Dinosaurs was like amazing.
Hanging
back
with
then.
Mr. Cooper.
That was a good one.
Perfect Strangers. That was Balky and the other dude, right?
Balky. Yep. That's hilarious.
Dinosaurs. I remember I couldn't get behind. I remember I didn't get it or something. It wasn't like it.
It was a little cheesy.
I watched a good bit of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I'll be honest. That cat, I liked it.
Never watched.
Sister.
Yeah.
I watched Sister. I watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I'm not ashamed.
Oh yeah, Mr. Cooper ruled.
I remember my dad worked nights on Fridays, and we would stay up. He would leave around like 8,
Oh,
and then
dude, that's probably the best. You probably remember those.
yeah, so we would stay up and watch, and then I think 10 o'clock America's Most Wanted came on. That was the scariest show on earth. If they ever said like the guy is still out there,
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's,
yeah.
and he's like
yeah.
he might be seen near Maryland or whatever. He was like, well, I'm not sleeping for at least a week.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is gonna be terrible.
Dude, Unsolved Mysteries used to fuck me up, bro.
That's hilarious.
That guy with that long ass trench and that voice. Oh my god.
That was good.
Oh yeah, Current Affair. Remember that?
Oh, current.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let her watch that. Yeah.
I remember for some reason, just because it was one of those bursts of energy, I remember seeing The Simpsons, like pretty much, it must have been right when it premiered, because it was like the worst drawings. And it was right next to Rescue 911, I think it was called. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Fakest show ever.
Oh my
I love it.
god. When you're little, though, you're
Remember how blurry the scene was when it came on? It was like a ambulance just driving through the woods or something.
darkness.
Right.
So stupid.
I remember that. Seared into my brain.
Were you guys not allowed to watch The Simpsons?
No, not when I was little.
On and off, but mostly off. Once in a while, it would be like, this week you guys, you can watch it, I guess. But we didn't watch TV at that time of day, to be quite honest. Right?
Well,
Didn't it come on around like dinner time?
Yeah,
Like 6 o'clock?
Well, in high school, when we were in high school, it came out like 6:30.
Oh yeah, they would do the reruns during the week or whatever. It was like 6 to 7.
And I would watch it then. I was allowed to, but not before that. Nope.
I can tell you, growing up, there was not one show that we ever watched that was like, we're waiting for the next episode, the next new episode. It was just, we didn't get around the house, get around the TV as like a family, and like at 8 o'clock on Saturday, this is what we're doing.
Me and my parents had some shows, man.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. Maybe Dr. Quinn, the medicine woman. We watched that a few times.
That was one for us when we were little. I swear.
Yeah.
Also, Walker, Texas Ranger for me, man. Every Friday night, I was ready for some roundhouse kicks, boy. Oh, somebody was getting it, and I was gonna practice in the living room watching it. I was like, I could do that.
But what channel was that? That was like UPN or something?
No, it was Channel 9 or something like that. Whatever that is. I was in California at the time, but dude, I used to love.
Do you guys remember the show Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas? He was like a bounty hunter on a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
I do not.
Dude, there were so many badasses back then.
Remember Fall Guy? Fall Guy was my favorite.
I remember one called Mantis.
Remember Fall Guy?
No.
Dang, he had a sweet truck. I can't even remember what it was. I gotta look it up.
The 18,
Sweet truck.
the 18 blew my mind when I was little. When I was little.
No, dude, I've never heard of it.
Is there a term for like the fear, or not the fear? I'm not scared of it, but I like when I see old footage or old anything like 70s, let's say, or maybe not the 50s don't really do it, or neither do the 40s or earlier. It's something about like the 70s and the early 80s.
You know why? I think I know what you're talking about. I'm going to try to guess.
I get it uneasy.
You automatically think these people are all really old now and they're starting to die.
Maybe.
And they are looking back, and it just makes you feel like you're getting old really fast. Maybe,
dude,
I get that sometimes.
No, I had these feelings when I was little, like early 2000s. It's very weird. I just wanted to bring that up.
I have no idea. Then
I tell you what, though, with this social distancing or whatever, time is flying. Is it flying for everybody else?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it's almost May. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Time to open it back up.
It is?
Yeah. Mike, you've been in a hole, my friend.
Dude, a kid was born like the beginning of March.
Yeah.
And that's all I've seen is him, Amanda, my mom. That was great while my mom was here, man.
I had to wave to Vinny's son through a window today. It pissed me off.
Well, I mean,
boy.
It's just very odd, man. It's very odd.
Time's tough, bro.
Are you bored? Like, I'm not bored at all. I have endless amounts of things. I think if you live in an apartment, it's tough probably.
To be completely honest, I'm fine in my apartment. I'm not, I've got my dog, I've got YouTube, I've got my Xbox, I've got my Legos or whatever. I can take him for a walk. I just miss my fucking friends, bro. I miss going to band practice. I miss going to the office. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to come play some poker?
Kinda.
I'm definitely gonna ask them.
I'm gonna wear a mask though.
I'm definitely asking my work to buy me this same exact computer so I can have it at home too, because I'm getting so much done. But like, it's kind of bad because I don't stop working, dude. I'll keep working into the morning. Like, it's crazy. I'm not trying to sound like I'm some great worker or anything. I just can't like stop. Like, I'm trying to get stuff turned in, and I don't know. It's just this hasn't been very fun, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm like just tired, and I don't know. This has been pretty fun. Doing this, but like the rest of the week,
catching up with the guys on like Skype or whatever is okay, but it's not the same. No way.
Ugh, I know. So what? Thinking of the past and whatnot, like what are some of the things that you appreciated? Like some things that you learned from your parents that helped you become a better person. Like what was something that kind of sticks out to you? Like something that they maybe said over and over, or maybe they did. And if you're at home listening, maybe you could think of something. But,
my mom said, "Be a blessing" every single day when we left the house. Be a blessing. Be a blessing.
Yep, she did.
You know, just don't be a dick, basically.
Yeah.
Be nice to people. And then also, you don't have to win every argument you're in. It's okay to just lose them. Arguments, that is.
Did you pick that up, or?
Nope. I think she told me that because she knows I like to try to win every single argument.
Right.
But how do you even win arguments anyways?
You don't.
Nobody wins, bro.
There is an art to it, though, right? There's an art to arguing, especially like with your spouse or your girlfriend or something. You can't fight and say things that you know are going to hurt for the long term on purpose just to win the argument for that day. Oh yeah, there's like an art to it.
There's definitely battles to pick, and you just gotta give up, man. A lot of them. It's not worth it a lot of the time. You gotta swallow it. But
yeah, I think my dad he works really, 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 really hard.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's a good one.
And he said the best way to make money is to go earn it and not try to dill around in the stock market or inherit money or win it gambling or anything like that. The best way to make it is just to go make it.
That's good. Yeah.
Solid.
All my dad's stuff was just art, man. He was very artistic. So it's kind of like different than your dad, obviously. Both of them great for they're both
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Like both ends of the spectrum are good in their own right. But yeah, he was just very good at not giving a shit about what anyone thinks. He would just do it. He just talked, but he was never, we've had him on here. He's not like in a bad way, doesn't care what people think and does whatever he does. He was always true to who he was, which I always, What about you, Brent?
The one thing that my parents always instilled in me, and to this day I still do it, and people either love it or hate it. It's always saying the yes sir and no sir and please and thank you, and like just manners in general. And some people really appreciate it, and some people actually get like annoyed when you call them sir or say like do nice. I don't know.
But there's also a lot of people that don't have so that's why it's great to have. Well, especially now.
I remember like there's people growing up that you're around and like they would talk to their parents like the worst way. Do you guys have friends like that growing up where they would like tell their mom to like shut up and like mean it?
Mm-hmm.
If I said shut up to my mom, my dad would have smacked me off of whatever chair I was sitting on. Like literally.
Tell my mom to shut up now. I'm scared of her still.
My mom would have kicked my ass.
It's a respect thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad, that's a great attribute. It really is.
And then like the whole
to me that's like sorry.
I think I got like a lot of open-mindedness from my mom, just like people be people kind of deal.
Right. So 3 traits that we could probably pass on to our own kids right there, which is work, be a blessing, work for your money, be yourself, have a good time, laugh at yourself.
Be respectful.
And be open-minded. Be open-minded and have manners. I mean, that's all. That's 6, right? I mean, if you can just keep that up, and I think one of the biggest ones we didn't say that I'll probably teach Felix is be consistent. That's a big one, dude.
I learned that from both my parents. They never changed ever. They literally never changed. They had friends come and go and in and out of our lives, but we always stayed the same while we watched them on these wild undulations, in the valleys and in the peaks. And we were always steady Eddie. Just we believed what we believed, and we're gonna believe it whether you guys are here or not.
Right. And I never got that because I moved every 2 years from when I was a baby till 17 or 15. Just moved every two. So you'd have friends, and then he was like, "All right, well, moving. See you." Like
Yeah, you never got in real deep with anybody. Probably.
You couldn't. I mean, you could, but then it was just cut because there's no keeping up with them. Just see you. And I remember leaving.
Yeah.
Like it was the gayest thing too. I left a note for like a couple of my buddies, like because I was leaving like that next week, and I remember like
There's
leaving.
nothing wrong with that.
I remember leaving like 4 little notes in the treehouse that we were in for all
That's
4 of them.
cool.
And then that dude never talked to him again. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Never.
Hey, we all have buddies like that, right? That's
Sure.
growing up, man.
Yeah, they just disappear eventually. Like one thing I saw on the internet one time was there was a day that you didn't realize was the last day that you were playing with your friends outside. Like it was like there was a day that was the last one. Running around running around the
pick up
neighborhood.
basketball or
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
man.
There was a last
Well,
one.
you know, you can draw a similarity there between today, like this virus. So all these kids in high school thought they have another season of baseball or lacrosse or whatever they're playing, and just hanging with their buddies. And they're like, "There's always tomorrow." In high school, there's always tomorrow. And then one day you graduate and it's gone. And these kids, they're seniors and they're missing their whole sports season. I would be devastated if I was in high school.
Walking.
You know, we live for that stuff.
Walking's a big one. Like they might not. I mean, might have to do it like digitally or something.
Yeah, they're all gonna graduate like online.
Back then, though, was there anything? Was there anything keeping you from driving over to see your girlfriend somewhere?
This virus would not.
I know.
Hell no.
I feel for them. I can tell the kids in my neighborhood are getting a little stir crazy too. There's a little park, like it's about a half-mile walk from my apartment, and like I go for a walk in the afternoons, and these kids, like more and more kids are starting to be out there, like every day.
They don't listen. What makes you think they're going to listen now? You know, they're doing whatever you think they're doing. That's why you can't really shut down a whole population. Always going to be some mixing going on.
I'm looking at my phone because my buddy Harry had a funny story, and we're talking about kids like when we were younger and whatnot. He's got a pretty funny story that happened to him like recently. Okay.
Can I grab a quick thing?
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna play some music real quick, and then we're gonna get back to it.
You can say goodbye to how we had it planned. Fear like a habit, run like a rabbit, out and away. Through the screen door to the unknown. And I wanna love you and more. I wanna find you and more. Where do you reside when you're high? How can I find you? 'Cause I wanna send you and more. I wanna tempt you and more. Can you tell that I am alive? Let me prove it. You and I.
All that stuff, because I don't, no one knows anything about them.
Harry, no one knows the story yet. Okay, so it's all brand new. They haven't heard it yet.
But did you brief them?
Maybe.
No.
Nah, not even. So ready? All right.
Oh God, turn the light back off, you ugly prick.
All right, motherfucker. Listen.
We gotta prep you. We gotta give you a little hard time here.
Little
No,
Josh.
I was totally
Harry-
expecting that.
Harry, it did not look. You didn't look that bad. Look at me. Look at us. I mean, Jake's the only good looking one in here. We gotta.
Oh yeah, I'm
true.
a fat schlub.
We gotta deal with this every time.
Yeah, but at least in the dark, you can't see my double chin. Plus, I got a beard, so it covers it up.
Yeah, I need a beard bad, dude. I need a look.
Okay, don't do that for the next 20 minutes either.
Yeah, thank you. I'm aware.
He does that when we're playing Call of Duty, and he'll do it, and it's like right in your ear. It's so.
It sounds like you're frying an egg on the microphone.
Dude. Well,
Do you guys
because-
talk about stuff on Call of Duty that's not Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
I thought so. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Dude, I mean, we're just hanging. We're playing games and hanging out. Like, it's fun. Like, people don't realize that. Like, you're not just like being a total nerd. You're kind of like just
Yeah.
hanging out at the same time too. Like, I'm hanging out with more people than like most people do on regular nights, right, Harry? It's like new people every 8 minutes.
Yeah, seriously.
Are they dickheads like they were in NHL? Oh
They're-
my god.
Dude, that was bad.
Most of the time. Most
Yes.
of the time.
What is up with those? What's up with these people?
Dude,
Dude.
Yeah,
They
How
love
many
being
times a
good.
night are you guys hearing the N-word?
It's actually pretty scarce. I mean, you hear
wow.
it, you definitely hear it, but
Yeah.
it's gotten less and less. The F word, the FA word.
Oh,
FAG word, the FAGG word, the FAGGO word. You know what I'm talking about? The
Nah,
FAGGOT
I'm
word.
not getting it. No.
So I was talking to Harry earlier this week, and he told me this story, and it wasn't funny at the time, but it's pretty funny. And I just wanted I wanted you guys to hear it, but like I wanted him to like explain exactly what happened better than I could.
Yeah, because my kid's a dick. Super dick.
how old is he?
He's 2. He's going to be 3 in August. And we've actually been like recently having a problem with him leaving the house on his own. Yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah.
Hey, my little daughter's trying to do that too now. She can open the door and run down the driveway. It's pretty scary, actually.
When Mike wanted me to come on with you guys, I wanted to talk to you specifically because, like, how old is your daughter?
She turns 2 in June, so she's still under 2.
Okay, all right. So I'm the most experienced, I guess, in this realm. It's coming, dude. It's coming. Yeah, so at the apartment we live in, all we have is a bolt lock, and on the back porch, I mean, it's a screened-in porch, but it's easy enough to get out. He knows how to undo all the locks in the house, even the bedroom door locks. He knows how to do them because you can lock them from the outside. He knows how to undo that. Like he's a menace, and.
His name's
the other
Harry
day-
too. He's got the same name. It's so great.
He's fucking 4th generation prick. So the other day, my wife is at work and I put him down for a nap, and I lay down on the couch. I'm pretty tired myself, fall asleep. And apparently I didn't just fall asleep. I passed out. Next thing I know, I'm waking up to an empty house. He is nowhere to be
Scary.
found.
Oh my god!
And he had taken his tricycle from the back porch through the living room where I was sleeping on the couch.
Oh my god!
And out the
Hold on.
front
Do you
door.
think he was dragging it and he ever looked over at him just to make sure he was still asleep?
Oh,
He
of
probably
course.
did, dude. Probably did.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So yeah, he made it out the front door, and so I came to. I don't know how long it had been, and flying out of the house.
Yeah.
As soon as I realized he wasn't there, flying,
Yep.
barefoot, nearly bare ass. Like I had some shorts on, but they were pretty. They were dad shorts, short shorts.
Yeah. Something you wouldn't go out in.
And as soon as I make the right out of my apartment, I see the cop pulling into the apartment complex.
Oh, no.
And so I flag him down. I'm running up to him, and with everything that's going on, he's like, "Yo, slow down. Don't get that close. And I'm like, "All right, dude. No, I'm cool.
Where's
like,
my kid?
Not trying to kill you." And
He's running at a cop.
yeah. And I was like, "Yo, my 2-year-old, he left the house. He's got his tricycle. I don't know where he is. Blah blah blah." And he's like, "Actually, that's why I'm here. I got a phone call, or the precinct got a call that a toddler was out riding his tricycle around this complex." And I was like, "Son of a bitch, man."
Hey, the fourth generation prick got the cops called on him already.
Dude, at least he didn't try to merge into traffic.
Dude, he's so cute though. He's funny, man.
Infant juvenile, man.
Yeah, already. Just getting frisked by a cop. What are you doing out here, bud? Supposed to be out
So
here.
the cop tells me like what building he's at, and it just so happened that he didn't get that far. It was the building adjacent to ours. So I'm booking it, dude. I mean, booking it to where I think that he's at. And I finally see him, and I run up to him, and this lady's watching him. She's like, "Are you the dad of this kid?" And I said, "Yeah, unfortunately." And
That's so scary, man.
no, it was terrifying. It's the first time as a parent, like besides the first night of having him alone, it's the first night I've been terrified to have a child. Like it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, we had a little thing like that with our daughter, and I think about it late at night and stuff. It's terrible. You're probably going to think about it and be like, what ifs? All the what ifs go through your head, and that's the worst thing. It's
That's a big one.
It's terrible.
That's a big one.
Absolutely.
And
It
like,
sounds like nothing, but when you're a kid, you don't know where they're at. It is instantly worst thoughts, right? You're trying to figure out where's this kid. Probably check
Yeah.
the house first. I'm guessing, but then
and we're not trying to make light of it. Like it's an accident. It happened, and like
It's funny.
it's just funny that like his kid got the cops caught on him already.
So like, I shot up. I didn't mean to cut you off, Brent. What were
No,
you gonna
no,
say?
go ahead, man. No, it's your segment. It's my bad.
So when I got up, I did, the full house check
Yeah.
as fast as I could, just to see if I could put a single eye on him.
Yeah.
Couldn't, and that's when I bolted.
Because it's like kidnapping and shit is like a real freaking thing like that. Like that's scary, man. Like and you got lucky, and I'm glad that everything's okay too. But then you ask,
No, absolutely.
then you asked like right away because you were waiting to put an extra bolt thing on, but the place told you that you couldn't at first.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, he's done this multiple times, and this is the first time that the cops were called. Thank God, because I'm pretty sure CPS would be at my door by now. But I've asked them before, like, hey, my kid is leaving the house. I need like a chain lock or some other lock on this door that he cannot reach, that will keep him in. And with everything that's going on right now, because the last time it happened, it was kind of recent. So with everything that's going on right now, they were like, yeah, we are able to do that. But with everything that's going on right now, all we're doing is emergency calls. So like people without AC and stuff like that.
That's an emergency. My kid keeps walking out.
Right. Yeah.
don't need air condition, or you know what I'm saying? It's not emergency. Just like toilet paper is not an emergency. You can wipe your butt many other ways.
Yeah, just
Ew.
wipe it with
Anyway.
a shirt, throw it in the trash.
But yeah, that's just it. It was like, dude, like to me, it was a complete emergency. Like this shit has to happen now. And they were like, nah, that's nah.
Nah.
And I asked them before, I was like, yo, can I do this myself? Like, can I go to Home Depot, get the lock, and just put it on the door myself? And they said, no, we feel most comfortable with us doing it or somebody from our company doing it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
What about just going to Lowe's? Like you have like the regular door handle and then like a deadbolt?
Yeah, and that's it.
Dude, if I was you, I would just go to Lowe's and get the two-sided key deadbolt. You need a key for both sides, and give them one of the keys and be like, "Here, fuckers." Like, what are they gonna do? Take it off?
Yeah, he did eventually go, right?
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
for forgiveness later.
So what ended up happening was with this most recent incident, I called the office almost immediately after and was like, look, my kid just left and the cops are called. I said, I need to put this thing on the door. Can I do it? And they finally said yes. So
That's cool.
Which sucks because they could have just said it that many times. Like they just said
Yeah.
it. They just said it that easy. They were like, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it was the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, dude. Hey, so also, so I was getting Harry to come on here to tell that story because I just thought it was hilarious. And I got a
It's
text.
pretty funny.
I got a text from your wife, and it was so funny. Can I read it?
From my wife?
Yes. After that,
Okay.
after I guess she heard that you were going on.
Okay.
Oh
Dude.
boy.
It is so funny.
Did she know it? Did she know that happened?
Oh, she knows.
She
so
said- Oh,
Mike
man.
tried to tell me to not tell her. I was like,
I
dude,
think
she's
that-
gotta know. She's got to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell. Absolutely.
No,
not.
I mean,
You guys are the worst.
nah.
If I catch Mia down the street on my watch, no one's gonna know.
That's all right. Everybody will hear her big feet papping down the street anyway.
Doesn't flat big old feet.
So she said, so Harold gets the podcast guest spot and not me. Okay, I'll remember this, Michael. And I went, well, I said, dude, it gets funny. I was like, well,
Dude, she's sassy, dude.
dude, she's so sassy. And I said, feel free to cuss him out. And she said, this is where it gets interesting, Harry, and I want to talk about this, okay?
Okay, let's go.
She said, I made $2,000 selling pictures of my feet last month, but no, let's talk about Harry falling asleep and getting the cops called. She said, fuck all of you.
What?
She said, fuck all of you.
You can't.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Okay. So before you guys
Dude.
react, well, you
No,
already
it's-
reacted. It's
Harry.
fine.
Yeah,
Harry,
So-
Harry, that's brilliant. Go for it. I think it's great.
No, I'm on board.
No. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Right now. Everybody stop. I learned this. Today is Friday. I learned this 2 days ago. She'd been doing this for almost 2 months.
That is so great, dude.
So she takes pictures of her feet and people pay her money to see them?
Dude,
you would
the
believe
day
what
that
people...
she told me,
Yeah.
like I said, 2 days ago, $1,600
Oh my god!
in a
What website
PayPal
is this?
account.
I got feet.
I have no idea.
Dude,
I think she told me she made a fake Twitter, and yeah,
Jake,
Does your wife have pretty feet?
I guess, dude.
I'm not a foot
16
person, but I don't get it. Like,
listen, hey, hold up. I
is
found
she like stepping on stuff or like smearing peanut butter on them?
she's
Like,
not
I don't
there.
get it.
No,
She's
bro.
not there yet,
No.
Brett. Not there yet, Brett. But think
I
about
don't
this,
get it.
dude. I've
That's a
seen.
premium.
I looked up weird. Well, yeah, there's this new thing where it's called like OnlyFans or fans only or whatever, and that's what she needs to get into. Tell her, because apparently that's where people pay. Dude, I know this because I was like researching it a little bit because I was looking at this,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
was like,
right.
what people are paying for on there, and what. Because I saw this one where like literally the lady will degrade men and tell them to put money in their account, and they do. So that's how I found out about the OnlyFans things. And they'll literally say, "Pay my like effing phone bill, you scum piece of like anything like that, like degrading." And she has a guy that pays her phone bill monthly, like pays it, just and doesn't even really talk to her.
Man, those are guys with
Oh.
bad pasts that are trying to atone for something, man.
Harry,
Yeah, divorced 4 times.
Harry,
Fuck
Yeah.
have you ever heard of this, Harry, at all?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's a.
So hold on. I got to get back to this foot thing. My mind is blown that A, you didn't know about it, and B, how much money she's making. Holy
dude.
shit!
That's
So
dude, it's awesome.
she was embarrassed about it and
No.
actually like cut it off after she told me.
No way.
Yeah, dude. And like I told her,
Dude,
like I was cool with it.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
totally
wait a
cool with
second.
it.
Is it just pictures, or is there like weird messages attached to them?
Oh, you
and,
know,
like, the guys respond to
you know
her?
the guys are getting
But-
creepy.
but you
know
got-
the guys-
I know they are, but is there
Jake-
any interaction with the people that are buying these, or is it just a simple
got-
transaction?
she
You
gotta
get
flirt
pictures,
a
I
little.
get money.
She gotta flirt a little bit.
That's-
Be like,
Nah, that's 100% it. Like they in her profile or whatever she has, there's like preview pictures, if you will.
yeah, exactly.
And,
Previews where
like,
you hook them. You hook them.
if they want a picture, it's $25. If they want like a 10-second video, it's $50, and that's that.
I'm about to go wake Heather up right now.
Jake, yes. I was thinking about this
No,
too, man.
sleeping foot pictures better.
Jake,
Ooh,
just
sketchy feet.
Oh, nah, that's a little weird, bro.
Jake,
Now
Jake,
you take a picture of your sleeping wife.
Voyeur feet.
yeah. Just start taking pictures and make an account. That's hilarious. I was gonna say steal some off of Google, man. And just make a fake account. Like, you want some more?
It's just a watermark.
You want some more? You idiot. Yeah. You idiot. Pay me $50. Here's some more. I'm gonna add degrading on the feet. You want some
I'm
pictures
supposed
of
to
my
think
feet,
of
you
a
scum
virus
piece
as a
of-
bad thing, Mike.
What?
I'm supposed to think a virus that kills half the people is a bad thing.
Right,
It's
exactly.
women yelling at dudes and making them pay their bill.
Jake.
We might need a good virus.
Jake, I literally,
He's on Team Thanos.
yeah, dude, I literally screenshot it. I screenshot it to show you. Like, it's literally her talking shit, everything, and they were literally complaining the other day. I had to look, dude. It was too good. Like, it was too crazy. They were complaining that it was a slow day, and they were up to like 6K with a screenshot. I could see how much money's in there. Like, it's a screenshot with the date and everything. And it was a slow day. It was 6,000. Harry, Katie better be posting them feet, and she better get.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Adam, dude, that's
She,
great. That's
she
nothing.
doesn't, that I know of, she doesn't listen to the podcast often. So I'm
Yeah.
going to say this. And if she does hear it,
Go to
she's
listen to
gonna
the
be
one you're
super
on.
pissed.
Dude, she's 100% listening, 100% right now listening to you. But go ahead and
Bro,
say it.
when she told me, I was like, yo, I don't know who's paying for them hairy ass toes.
What did you just say?
I told you. I told you.
What did you just say?
Oh, good at that.
I told you.
Oh no.
Bitch,
Oh,
go to
no.
bed.
I told you.
No.
Look, he said it too.
Damn.
No, family matters.
I don't know who you were talking about with your crooked ass fucking teeth.
Here we go.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hello,
I
Katie.
hate this.
Hello, Katie.
We getting into family problems?
Hello, Katie.
fuck
Go get
right
your beauty
off.
rest.
Tell her hello.
Cops are
Nobody
gonna be
even
the
likes
cops.
you. They're using you for podcast material. They're not even
Oh.
friends. You don't have friends because you're ugly.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But you put a ring on it though. All right.
Really?
Hey, sassy was a good
Get the fuck outta
description.
here.
Yeah, dude.
You're an asshole.
Yo, this is live, dude.
Everyone knows
Go to
I'm
bed.
the
Go to bed.
entertaining
Go to bed.
one.
I know you are. I know you are.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm telling you, she's funny. She is so sassy, and she's making.
That
is pretty
was
fucking
so
funny.
fucking funny.
I'm actually sweating.
shit.
I'm actually sweating a
Yeah.
little bit.
I thought the cops were gonna be back out there for
Katie,
a domestic. Like, this
Katie's-
really just turned
dude.
into like an episode of Florida Man.
Harry's
Perfect.
definitely grown up to be a Florida man for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, not to go back to kids disappearing or whatever, but I found out not that long ago, and I don't remember it obviously, but I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid, and I would end up at the neighbor's house in like the middle of the night.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom told a story about that too. Growing up, she did that occasionally too. Kids do that, man. That's even worse. If you're a little bit, I guess it's worse. I don't know. Waking
I
up in
think,
the neighbor's
and
house.
I don't know if I'm making this up or not, but I do believe there was a story about me, like we were on vacation in Ocean City and I left the condo, but like my parents or whoever happened to be on the front balcony. Like I walked out and like I think they stopped me from leaving the complex in the middle of the night asleep.
Damn.
Yeah.
If
Insane.
It's weird, man.
If-
I remember I used to see my little brother wake up. He would just snap to and look right at me and then start saying something real loud. And I would be like, all scared. Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's some
"You need to go,"
demonic
and he would
shit.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, and then he would lay
The power
straight
of
back
Christ
down.
was not compelling him.
He would lay straight back down real fast, and then I would just, he would be snoring again like that, and we'd talk about it the next day, and he'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I
Yeah.
would say, well, I don't have a cell phone because those don't exist yet, but if they did, I would take a video of you next time you did it.
If,
God
No,
damn,
that is not okay.
I can't believe I can't believe she heard you say hairy ass toes.
Oh,
my
dude,
god, it's
dude,
so funny.
Brett,
Must be lurking right in the shadows.
Brent,
She knows, man. She knows. She knows.
they give each other such a hard time. It's so funny. This is what you listen to.
I
Like,
love it.
this is what you listen
That's
to while
why
you're
this.
playing Call
That's
of
why
Duty.
this relationship works, because it's just back and forth constantly.
Keep
That
it
didn't
going.
bother you a little bit at all?
Yeah, 100% honest. Yeah, absolutely, it did. Because I think what did it for me was the fact that we were in a pretty big argument, like before she had told me, and it was about finances, and she had said like, if only you had knew like what I've been doing to get us where we are, and blah blah blah. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey, it could have been worse, right? Pete's not
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah. At least it's not pictures of her chooch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
So
Feet is so great. It's so easy. Like, tell her she could put them up on the windowsill. She could put them on this. She could put them on put them on a plate of pancakes. Put some bacon.
Yeah,
Dude, I'll be your A&R. I'll be your A&R guy. Ryan was talking about these people last week. I'm gonna walk in. Hey, put some bacon on them. Put some bacon across like the top of them. Oh yeah, yeah. Get the big
Have them
boys.
dudes do hit up somebody on YouTube or whoever to do the pancake art. Like,
Yeah. tell her to drip some lotion on them, and then, for the video, and just wipe them. Yeah, yeah. Dudes are gonna eat it up. Dude, she'll go to 5,000 a week. It can happen. That's a lot of money for feet.
hey, Brent's vaping. Why can't I vape?
Yours is loud.
because you can't hear mine.
Yours is a real vape. Yours is a real vape.
That's fair.
Hey, by the way, breast pumps are like real weird. I learned that.
Yeah, dude.
I learned that. I learned that real quick. I was like, what?
Noises.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because like I'm used to when I see them, like I said last week, I'm like, when you see the boobs, you're like, yeah. And then I saw one in a tube, and it was like going. Dude. I was like, it's like,
I mean, she's getting milked.
it's
weird.
it's cool, dude. I think it's
They go to like from like a Ferrari,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden they're like a dump truck. They're just like a work vehicle.
Oh my god.
Not in looks, but by function. They turn into
I got you.
It's like you've got a Maserati and an old farm truck. That's awesome. Good job.
Ford F-100.
With one of those like 10-foot bed ones that are really rare.
Yeah, dude.
Who's the driver of this thing?
The breast bump.
Yeah.
But no, I was watching this thing and I was just like trying not to watch it, but I was watching it, and it's just a crazy thing.
Oh, dude, I know you were giggling. I know you were doing that little cackle.
I don't know if you could tell how tired I am, but I was just too tired that I just like stared at it like this, like. And
I would have lost it. I would have died laughing.
It's pretty funny. Like, I didn't want her to think like I'm laughing at her or anything, but you know, she's getting it done. She's great.
It happens.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's funny material, to be honest. That's why I wanted to bring it up. But the nipple is like it's like a new guy I ain't never seen before. He was he was showing up. I was like, hey, who was that? I don't know, dude.
Hey,
looks
you
like
got the double one that does them both at once, or what?
I can't handle that image. I can't handle that image. No way. There's no way there's two at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There absolutely is.
Dude, one is way too
For
much.
women on the go.
Dude, it is so funny. It looks like a little penis. You just don't.
I've never seen one, so I can't like relate.
Get a vacuum, Brent, and stick the tube on your boob and see what happens.
Dude, it's.
I mean, I do have sweet tits.
And
Oh, you know what, Mike? That reminds me. I know you say you work all the time and you do a lot of work, but when you start talking about you being deep into some internet site where you're watching people degrade men, then I go, you know what? He could have been sleeping during that time.
That was, what did I see? I saw it on something, dude, to where I was like, oh, you know what's real funny? Okay, so may or may not have watched a porn recently. Just gonna throw that out there. Do with it what you will. I saw the funniest comment of my life. It was the funniest. I hope you're ready for this.
Hold on. Who's the type of person that watches that stuff
It looks at the comments
and goes through the comments?
Yeah, you're there for one reason, dude. You're trying to get in and out. You're SEAL Team 6. You're there
I don't know,
for
dude.
a mission.
Once you see a funny SEAL Team 6, once you see a funny comment, dude, you have to check every time. They're funny, dude. They are funny. So. See this?
Can't even get through the story.
And I look at the comments, and it's one person. Seems like a nice girl, Anthony. Call us.
Somebody's mom or dad.
That is a funny comment, actually.
So we were talking about video games and how many times you hear this or how many times you hear that. So this Kyle Larson guy. He was playing.
Yeah, Kyle Larson. Yeah.
Was he playing Warzone?
No. Before we get into this, I have to talk to Jake.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I am completely with Brent on the NASCAR subject.
Hell yeah.
These American motorists are playing in the most American sport that there is.
Look.
What's the argument?
I got this money Neil Bonnet hat on right now.
Yeah, look at that hat.
I love racing, and I love cars, and I love everything. And I used to watch NASCAR, but I don't know what happened.
So you called them pussies in
because the rain.
3-4 episodes ago because they didn't put tread on.
Oh,
Dude,
I did.
Yeah,
I did. Because Daytona was canceled because it rained.
Yeah, I was there. I know.
That sucks. That pisses
I was
me off.
there.
Why couldn't they race? Everyone else can do it.
Dude, these tires are made specifically for these drivers to gain the maximum amount of grip going around the track and in the corners. You can't put tread on that. You can't.
I know that, but the point is they're not stock cars anymore. They're just super cars that the drivers barely even do anything at that point.
They haven't been stock cars.
They don't do anything?
Bro.
No, they
There's
do.
no
but
way. See, okay, all right.
Hey, here's the deal. All right, then don't change the tires. Who can get around? Oh shit! Who can get around the track the fastest with that car in the rain? Figure that out.
That's fair. You know what?
Right?
That's fair. That's
Just
fair.
race. Just
That's
race.
fair.
If everyone crashes or too stupid, then the guy that's going in first gear the whole time wins. You
Oh
know?
my God.
That's
First
Like
gear,
hilarious.
it's still
2.5
still a
mile
race.
track.
So what could
First gear.
hold on, really though? What could we do to make let's make NASCAR sick? Let's make an XFL, let's make a crazy NASCAR league. What could we add to this to make it like nuts? Like
Here's the thing.
cars going the other way, maybe. Let's make half the cars going one way, half the
They have that figure 8 demo derbies. Those are sick. With the buses.
yeah, just going.
You don't need
with
to
the-
add anything to NASCAR. What we need to do to NASCAR is take away
I'm not
a lot
being-
of things. I'm just saying I miss car bodies and actual models. And you had engine men who tinkered and built. They were stock cars. You had full teams. You didn't have like this team over team A building motors for team C over here for dollars. No, it was like 10 guys in a garage building a car and slapping paint on it. Like, that's what I miss. Like,
Sure.
if you go back to like the 80s when, and even the 70s when like Waltrip and Yarborough and Earnhardt and Petty were just slamming into each other for 4 hours, that was real racing. Not this shit where if you get out front into clean air, the race is over and it's boring and I'm going to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
and NASCAR, I mean, it's getting better, but they've made it. That's why it's dying. It's not stock car racing
They're
anymore.
pandering to fans.
Everybody's racing the same car, whether it's a Toyota, a Ford engine, or whatever. They all have the same specs. It's just so.
But you're
shitty
talking
now.
about two different things. Racing is racing who can do the best with the same product, right? You're talking
Yeah.
about building. That's a different. To me, that's a different thing. If we all race right now, I want to make sure our go karts all have the same engine and go the same speed, and we're gonna find out who the best driver is.
Right, but you have like, I understand that portion of it, but I want like talented. It's a team sport. They need to get back to that.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, granted, you need a great driver, but
Harry, when you
Yes.
were at Daytona, would you have rather have them race in the rain and just figure it out, or have nothing happen like what happened? And then it gets
As a NASCAR fan, I love going to races. I love them more watching from home. So I would
especially
have loved,
Daytona, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have loved to have been there and seen. But at the same time, I don't want to sit out in the rain. I didn't have a poncho. That doesn't help.
I went to one and live. Wow, it's way more impressive. Like
Yeah, but Mike, you got like the fucking royal treatment. Like you were like in the pit boxes for
Yeah,
like
no, I know.
pit changes.
That's what
for
I was
pit
talking.
stops.
That's what I was talking about. Like, I mean, just seeing them up close. Like, yeah, it's impressive. I'll give them that. Like those cars.
Yeah, I've been to
are-
Richmond like 5-6 times, so yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Them
I went
cars
to
are
Dover.
getting
It was pretty cool.
Those cars.
I went to
are
Dover.
just
I went to Dover in
rolling.
October. It was pretty good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay, sport. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Hey, I have an
It's
uncle.
fantastic.
I have an uncle who would like be the backup on a pit crew once in a while. He's got some sweet like NASCAR tires at his house.
I actually just ordered a Dale Earnhardt Sr. shirt. Should be here Monday. I don't know why.
No.
I got drunk and bought it for some reason.
Now, Jake, with all this being said, I will say that my favorite track for them to run on is Sonoma, and it's a road course. It's not an oval course.
God, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
well,
Harry?
so because that's I mean, it's a different type of racing than NASCAR, but it's still awesome. But
dude,
so
those
why
road
do
courses are
IndyCar?
fucking awful?
Why
No,
do the
Watkins
IndyCar
Glen
guys?
is awful, Brent. Sonoma
Dude, so-
is fantastic.
It's all no road courses. Is all depends on where you fucking qualify, and then the race is over.
That's,
Do you like
that's
racing
not
in
true at
general?
all.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
No,
Do you
it's
like
not.
Hold on,
Baja
Jake.
1000?
Let,
Have you ever watched
let these two fight real quick here.
I'm not gonna fight with them. I'm just saying, like road courses, like the Charlotte Roval should never happen ever again. Sonoma, Watkins Glen. I hate road courses. They're awful. They're awful.
All right, Harry, your rebuttal.
I don't know, man. On that point, I'm on the fence because as a older NASCAR fan, like I've known only oval tracks, and like with Sonoma and Watkins Glen, out of the two, Sonoma's my favorite, obviously, but I'm stoked for like Road America and just road courses, man. Like actually driving, not finding your spot and braking and going in the corner. And
I understand that portion of it. It puts more on the drivers, but it's impossible to pass on those things in stock cars. They suck. They suck so bad. You know what I do wish they would bring back though is the IROC series, where they would take like NASCAR champions, Formula One champions, and everything, and put them all in the same car and have them race. Those were awesome. IROC
that was awesome.
Were great.
Yeah,
but they haven't done them in a long time.
So, Kyle Larson, Jake, you want to tell the story? He got fired for saying.
Well, he got suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, he got kicked off his team.
He ruined his career because he was drunk playing iRacing.
Yeah.
He had a hot mic and he said the N-word, which only a certain group of the people that live on this earth are allowed to say that. The other people aren't, apparently, right?
But his good friend Bubba Wallace, who's also a NASCAR driver, came to his defense, but came to his own defense at the same time. They had a long discussion and they talked about things, and Kyle screwed up, and he knew that, and he confessed to Bubba that he's apologetic. Obviously, it was a stupid move, and
for those who don't know, Bubba Wallace is an African American NASCAR driver.
Thank you, Brent.
Hey guys, using the N-word does not make you a racist. No, it just means you used a word. So that's what pisses me off. He got fired for being a racist, right? Not for saying a word.
Brent. You can look up like that, but I agree. Like, it doesn't really make... No.
That's me thinking. I was thinking.
No,
it doesn't automatically mean you're a racist. By the way, you're allowed to be a racist, too. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to not like races. You don't have to get fired for that. I'm not saying it's right, but you're allowed.
It's the stigma on the sport.
True. Sure. Yeah. That's a good point.
It has nothing to do with the sport. You can say the word anywhere and you'll get fired right away.
Right.
Well, no. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, the thing
is
about
a stigma
Kyle Larson,
with NASCAR.
Yeah, it's a redneck, white boy.
Yeah, but the thing is, Kyle Larson's half Japanese.
That's what I'm saying. It literally has nothing to do with it. If Bubba Wallace said the N-word, being black, everyone would have laughed. He would not have got fired. That you can't have double standards in anything and expect anyone to take it seriously. That's my point.
But he's black. It's different. I know what you're saying.
It's not different.
I know what you're saying, but it is different.
But it's not. That's the point.
It is, but it is in the public eye, though, Jacob.
It is because he's not a white guy. Like, he's a black guy. He can say whatever he wants. He can get away with it.
So there are words. So you're saying there are words that people can say and other people can't say.
Yes, 100%.
Unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
That is the opposite of equality. You understand that, right? That's the opposite.
Well, it's because we handed out not equality for a long time, even though they didn't experience it.
How far you want to go back, Mike? We're talking about history.
Let's go 50 years. Let's go like 30 years in some places in the U.S.
No, but you want to go back 600 years when they were, the tides were different? I don't know what I'm saying.
Trust me. I agree. We can go back very far, and it's this race.
Exactly. There's always been a point in time in history where every race and every color and every gender has been shit on by somebody else.
I know.
You can go back till anywhere.
And I'm saying we caught the shit end of it because it's like when technology really hit and like we're like, oh, hey, the lights are on.
Cancel culture is a real thing, but you can't Wembley throw out the N-word. You just can't, dude.
No, I can't. Who can't?
I agree. I agree.
Black people say it all the time. What if you fired a black person for saying that word?
I mean, you should.
Well, that would be equality, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm saying he's promoting that it's okay to say that between him and his peers. So, should you? Let me think about.
Well, who's judging him? His peers weren't, right?
Right, but he should.
Well, yeah, sort of, because Bubba Wallace hit him up and had an obvious problem with it. So,
Harry, did you watch any of the reaction videos on YouTube, like of the other guys playing when he said it?
I did not.
Oh, watch those reaction videos, man. It's so funny. People are
I'll look them up tonight.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, but it's awesome.
Let me ask you a question, Mike, and everybody. Do you think that Kyle Larson engages in systematic
oppression
of a certain race of people?
No, he's not racist.
You don't believe
my
that?
last question.
Not racist.
I'm on 1%.
You think Chip
and my answer
Ganassi?
is no.
Your answer is no. Harry says no.
So
Harry, thank you for
intellectually being
hold on.
dishonest. Right?
Thank you for hanging out with us, Harry. I'm just gonna end it since you're on 1%, but it's been good,
Dude,
man.
thanks, dude. Keep that sun inside, bro.
Harry, you're our Florida man, and we're gonna hit you up more because it's been good.
Yeah,
so
that was a good one.
All right, brother. Can you hear me? Or are you frozen like that? You are frozen.
He's done. He gone.
Picture.
Yeah, that's funny.
But we're talking about something that we're all knowing that he's not actually racist. He actually probably can't be racist, but we're acting like he is, and that's the part that I don't like. I'm not saying using that word is
no,
right.
No, dude, I'm not acting like he's racist. No,
we're all suspending our intelligence for like some virtue signaling. I don't like it. We all know he's not racist.
You know what?
He said a bad word. I got a question, and then I got to go to bed. But if it's a good question, we can save it for next week. Why is that business allowed to operate? Why is Netflix allowed to operate? Why is Facebook allowed to operate right now?
Because it doesn't take many. Okay, so you brought this up, and
they're not essential. Why are they allowed to make money when regular people aren't?
Okay, I mean it's a fair question. Okay, and when you put it like that,
it's fair.
When
Just because they work from home, they're not essential. Shut them down.
When you put it like that,
hey man, I work from home. Fuck off.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's
well, I mean, I do.
Think about it. Why is Netflix allowed to have their servers up and running? They should be forced to shut them down.
But no, because it's.
Don't they run like?
Because what? Because what?
Same
Who
thing.
knows? We don't. I don't care. It doesn't matter what they do.
Same thing as alcohol. Like, why is that essential?
Yeah. Why is the liquor stores open?
Yeah. Why are liquor stores open? Because people can't just jump right off of that. Dude, they need to keep some kind of sanity going on between people. They're trying to make
down my business. If I had a business, and then Facebook's allowed to operate, you're getting sued.
They're servers. They're like people on a computer taking care of
there's people. I know there's people working on them, and they're on a computer, but they're not essential. We've been told non-essential businesses can't operate.
Commuting, because they're commuting there, and they're going to gas stations.
We have no idea what they're doing at Facebook or Netflix or.
Dude, I would absolutely love if
to
Facebook shut down for like a week.
I'd love if Facebook shut down forever, but.
We're just acting like they're not businesses that are just making tons of money. They're not essential. They should be shut down too.
Well, yeah, and then you know who else would be shut down? People who say stupid shit and then delete their friends.
Oh yeah. So I made fun of. Okay, so I posted a post on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, hey, anybody out there? Hey, does anyone know if Trevor Noah has been funny yet?" And that was it. Just left that at that, and people were laughing. There's a few people laughing.
And that's funny because Trevor Noah is not funny.
No, he's not. He's not a funny at all. But it's infuriating to me because he has it all. He's a good-looking dude. He's got a good smile, good laugh. He should be nailing it. This is his wheelhouse.
And he's British.
God.
He's British too.
I would kill for this. This is what I'm stuck with. Okay, it's what I was born this way.
Hey, at least you're funny.
I was born this way.
He wishes he was funny, but he's not. Trust me, he goes to bed every night thinking, "Dang, I wish I was funny."
Wish I was, yeah. So, anyways, everyone's commenting. This person who's been a friend of mine for a long time, been in my wedding party, been a buddy of mine, comments.
They're friends. Yeah.
Comments immediately saying he's hilarious, and then shits on two things that I like. He said he's hilarious. And I was like, dude, that is such a stretch. And I stick to magic cards. And that's what I said. It's a funny bite back. I mean, because he said stick to COD or blah, blah, blah. So, I just threw it back. He knows I make fun of magic card. You throw the heat, you got to take it. So, next comment, though, it got a little out of hand. I will say.
Well, he cut on. He said
Republicans. He said Republicans are retarded.
He just makes fun of Republicans or something.
He said Republicans are retarded. So because someone said something else, and then he chimed in. Well, Republicans are retarded. Blah 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 blah. So you just called them.
It makes me laugh though. Knowing the source, you just giggle.
I don't give a shit. Like I would have just gone on through my day. Well, one person chimed in, and one person chimed in is like, "You are so lame, bro. I feel bad for you," and laughs like LOL, whatever. Well, he comes back with a pretty solid dig. I mean, I'm all in. I like these things. It's fun to me. So he chimes back and he goes, "Oh my God, no, you feel sorry for me. That's the last thing I need is pity from you." He's like, "Go ahead and keep your pity because I think you're going to need it more in your life," or something like that. And I was like, "Boom, damn." With the just nailed him. And then it got serious. Some people started chiming in saying, hey, Because I mean, this person,
Check, but
This-
can't cash.
yeah, this person basically that he was saying that about. How do I say this?
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Had some missteps in their life. Had some off-roading without off-roading tires, and stuff happens in people's lives, man, and they deal with it. But like, that's why I don't just shit on anybody I meet on the internet. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know anything about what their day is if you're not best friends with them, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to shit on them. And so he comes back and is basically like, I don't play these games. That's your wheelhouse, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's solid. And then he goes, something else, basically insinuating that he was going to kick his ass when he sees him. Face to face is where we talk. That's what he's saying, basically. And I was like, okay. That was a little dark. Okay, well, I'm not trying to like have fights go on. And anyways, so they go back and forth. And then we got some friends chiming in of the guy that got shit on. And they're like cleaning the shit off him, saying, hey, you're going to get, this is going to happen to you one day, blah, blah. We're going to find you, blah, blah, blah. They're wiping him, cleaning him. One guy chimes in and says, imagine being 35 years old and threatening to beat someone up. And I was like, fucking happens all the time. What do you mean? Like, people talk shit.
Is there an age limit on that?
I
missed that. This is where I missed all from here on.
I chimed back in at this point because I just thought I just had a thought, bro. I just said my thought. That's all I did. I wasn't picking a
Brent
side.
frozen?
Brent, you frozen?
He's frozen. Sorry, I had to say something because.
Did he just put up a picture just so he could like go lay down? Damn, I thought he was really into this story.
So did I. I think his phone died.
Brent's having a good time over there. Look at him. He's enjoying it. So anyways, Brent, so I chimed in with a thought I had. I was like, usually before I cut on anybody, I'll like think of a counter towards me right away. And I'm
like
like
Eminem, an 8 Mile.
And I'll be like, not worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll weigh it out. Like, what do they know about me? I'll put. I can't look at Brent.
That's funny. It's a great picture.
I try to burn myself the best I can before I say anything to anyone. So I go ahead and I reply, if I'm going to call this guy childish for wanting to kick someone's ass, I got to be like, well, imagine being a 35-year-old playing Magic with cards. Play Magic the Gathering and blah, blah, blah. Or imagine being any age and having a tribal tattoo. Because the guy had a tribal tattoo. And it was a joke, and then I said, but I wouldn't say that because I love video games and I have a lot of shitty tattoos. Thought it was a good way to end it. It was a joke, and
Did you say that?
Yeah.
It was literally like 8 Mile. You just called yourself out ahead of time.
Yeah, I dug on them and then I dug on myself, and it's like, but that's that. And then, he didn't like that I didn't stick up for him, buddy. I'm like, what am I supposed to fight your fights on Facebook? Am I supposed to like jump on him, pile on him, and be like, what am I supposed to do about what comes out of that person? You know what I'm saying? Am I supposed to step back?
Yeah. You're friends with everyone on your page, presumably, right?
Right.
That's why they're on your friends list.
So got defriended by this guy, which is amazing.
That's absurd.
That's amazing. All the shit.
Did you guys actually had a conversation about this?
No, he just defriended
You posted what you posted. And then you were supposed to go on there and say, you're a jerk, you're a jerk, you're a jerk, to everyone that commented.
Yeah. Or I'm supposed to fight everybody.
Don't pick on shit like
bro,
that.
You shit on everyone every fucking day. No one said. You know how many times I've stuck up for you behind your back to other people, being like, "No, dude, he's fucking a good guy in person. You're watching too much Facebook or you're reading too much."
Like that is what you do on a regular basis,
right? Do I not stick up for him?
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
More than anyone on earth.
Yeah. Because he's my bud. And like he just defriended me. I was like, bro, you just lost like your main shadow fucking warrior, dog. Like that would stick it up.
Every now and then I'll get a friend request or I'll see like suggested people and I'm like, we definitely used to be friends. Yeah. And I know I didn't unfriend. What happened?
Oh yeah.
What's that about?
I've definitely seen that. They might have.
I get a lot of that.
You might have created a new one. But then again, like I've seen.
Well, who does that?
Sometimes I've seen the person so many times in my you may knows that I'm like start to like know him a little bit, like because their picture keeps changing too. Suddenly I'm like, yeah, I know him a little bit. See him around here on Facebook every once in a while.
Dude, the funny thing is, the people you may know, I usually know I know them all very well. Actually, usually enough to be friends with them on Facebook. I still don't click it.
Yeah, but it's like, do you need to know more? It's like, do I need more people? Like, I've left so many people on that little friend request, like a little block, waiting to come in the club, and I'm just like, hold on, it's a little full right now. Like, and another thing is, like, when you comment on someone's post, like, dude, Facebook's like, here's more, take more, here, look at this one, it's like, that's all I see. It's crazy.
It's all on purpose. You are an experiment, and they are tracking everything you do, and they're targeting you as a subject. I mean, it's proven fact, and they don't even deny it.
Yeah, they don't have to, bro, because everyone just eats it up. They love it. They love being fed. They love sitting there and just, oh yeah, give it to me.
I just don't like when you bump into someone on the street or something, you talk to them, and then they pop up on your suggested friends list, and you haven't seen it in a long time. And
Very
it's like,
true.
How did you know that we interacted?
That's vocal and name.
How did you know?
It's because, okay, so look.
Location tracking and all that stuff.
So there's an option, right? Allow access while using, right? And that's the one I usually select. So think about it. If you press like the home button, let's say, and back out of the window, but don't close the app,
it's
still running. So it's technically still while using. So you're like hanging out, whatnot, and it's using your microphone. And it's using your camera. So the whole time you have it in the back, you don't really think about it because it's closed, right? It's closed, but it's not. That's so weird.
That's funny.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Music's already playing. It's bumping.
Good. All right. Peace.
Later.